I'm going live. I don't know how many is on. Oh, okay. I can see YouTube is up. Let's get Facebook going here. Whoops. Let me get the comments on Facebook going. While everybody's taking a moment to come on. And then we can start talking. All right, Star says she has not seen anything today and she is anxious to hear. Well, there's been a few developments, but the biggest thing is that the SWAT team and the bomb squad left out earlier today. And they haven't pounced on anybody yet. But I'm kind of thinking what they do is they leave the station long before they're going to pounce on somebody because they don't want these crazies, news people especially, and all these YouTubers that's, I mean, right now that one YouTuber, he is parked in a neighborhood. Somebody gave him an address of where something might go down. Well, I think the SWAT team might have sent everybody to that neighborhood so they won't go. They don't reveal. I don't think they reveal the address of where they're going because the SWAT team has to go in. Like they can't go in with a bunch of people on the street watching, and the news people and all these YouTubers they will go. They go running right up the street. So the SWAT team is not going to give out an address of where they're going. So I'm thinking what they're doing is they leave the station long before they're going to go somewhere. And then they go to a staging area that, and they probably just hope, they probably drive round and round and round and park here, park there. So people won't, and they're probably way out from anybody. So people cannot see right before they leave to go pounce on somebody. That's what I'm thinking, y'all, because these, especially the YouTubers and all, the whoever they're following, uh, they've all descended. There's like 50 cars or 100 cars in this little neighborhood right now, thinking that something's going down in a certain neighborhood. But I think the SWAT team throws people off. Yeah, Melissa said exactly. They're not going to let you know where they're going because the SWAT team does surprise attacks. And that's just what they do. They are not going to announce we're going to go over in this. We'll be in this neighborhood, so the media goes flying over there. All they know is that they've left the station, and they left the station earlier today, y'all. So Tucson ain't that big that they're going to take hours to drive to the site. So one of the big things that come out today is they did find DNA in Nancy's house that did not belong to anybody that they know. So they've vetted all the family, they've vetted the gardener, the pool people, whoever, anybody who's done work on her house, anybody. They've vetted all those people. And so what they found is DNA at her house that was a stranger. All right, Kathy's saying the SWAT team pulled out 4 hours ago. So I think they moved to like a staging area off by themselves somewhere, probably behind brick walls somewhere. They got to hide out somewhere till they get the call. And it may be close. Now, Becky's saying she heard the DNA match a known felon, but we don't know that yet. I did hear when they find DNA like that, they have a database of anybody who's ever been arrested. Now, if this person has ever been arrested, they got your DNA and they're in a database and they can match you up. And usually if a crook has already committed something in the past, this is not going to be somebody who's never committed a crime before. So I'm probably thinking that they have DNA and they can match it up. but I don't know that yet. They've sent the glove. There's only one glove that they found. They did not find the glove in the house. The sheriff came out and cleared that up today. So many people are spreading around false information. So there was no glove in the house, but there was DNA in the house, and it has been at the lab getting tested. The glove that they found 2 miles from her house on the side of the road has been sent off for testing. I don't know how long. I would think in a case like this, if they send it to Florida, I would think somebody flew that thing to Florida. They didn't mail it down there. Uh, yeah, everybody's praying that she's found alive. All these ransom notes, I don't think they're legitimate. Yeah, I think they did find two gloves on the side of the road, but they weren't right close to each other, but they was both on the side. There's a lot of fake news going on right now. I even seen them post stuff about her death and they found the body. They have not found a body. They've not found her. Uh, like I said, all they have right now today is they do have DNA, a stranger's DNA found in Nancy's house. They do have these gloves found on the side of the road. All that's getting tested. They do have a person who was about 5 or 6 miles away trying to break into some woman's house. And her dogs, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, her dogs alerted them and they ran off. But they got this dude on camera. Don't know what he was doing out there at 5 o'clock in the morning, messing around somebody's front door. But it's all scary when you think about all these people messing around your house, early in the morning like that. That's getting scary. I was thinking about that today. They have got to be an influx of work for security cameras, security installers. I think after this, everybody's going to get a lot of security cameras around their house. Joyce Frank said they have more than what's being said. Yes, they know a lot more than what's being said. And I find it interesting on one point, they asked the sheriff, how did the person get in the house? Did they go through the front door or the back door? And the sheriff said he cannot comment on that. It's part of the investigation. So something is unique that they did not tell how the person got in the house. So we don't know how the person got in. I think if they told they may not know exactly, but they don't know. They're not even telling if it was forced entry or not, if anything was broken, how they come in. They're not telling. And maybe they don't know how he got in, but they're not telling what they know either. They just said they cannot tell. Yeah, I did see that some lady who draws sketches of suspects drew something, but I didn't really get to see that today. The news channel I have on right now is Fox News. And but they're not showing. They're showing a lot of hearings and junk in DC, which I'm not interested in any of that stuff. A lot of political junk on there tonight. A lot of stuff voting down at the Congress and all that. And then they only show a little bit about Nancy, but they don't know a whole lot about her. There was another email come in to that TMZ that said something about when you find out who the something is, be prepared to go international. Well, international could mean Mexico because Tucson's only, less than an hour from Mexico. So some people was speculating on that, but they really don't know if these emails and these notes that they've been getting is really legitimate. And I have my doubts about all them. So Yeah, there's different things. I'm not on Fox. I'm on Fox News right now because they were having a lot of stuff on there, but they've pulled back. They have a lot of different stuff on there right now. Uh, I did look at that JLR. He's one that he is in a neighborhood filming live right now. He had 87,000 people watching him, but he doesn't know if he's in the right neighborhood. So I had to get off of his channel because they're just speculating they might be, and this will all be in replay so you can watch it. But I did think today that a lot of people is going to be getting security cameras and some good ones and a lot of them. You know, you never think, she probably never thought in a million years. She lived in that house, I think they said 50 years. So, you know, what are the chances somebody's going to come in? A lot of people are saying this is not a kidnapping. It was not for ransom, they don't think. You know, they're speculating on what the motive is. And they still are leaning toward the motive has something to do with her daughter, Savannah. Maybe somebody didn't like something Savannah did, or so, you know, some people are speculating that they think Nancy was killed day one, you know, because if you really wanted a ransom, you would be hot and heavy quickly trying to make an exchange. You don't want to keep the prisoner. You want the money and to getting it. So I'm pretty sure that they've already ruled the son-in-law out. They said everybody close in has been vetted. Yeah, they do have DNA if you're just signing on. They did find DNA in the house that did not belong to anybody in the close circle of people that have been in that house. So I'm sure all the family and the workers that have been in and out of that house, all of them have passed. None, it doesn't, well, this is what they're saying now, that it's none of them, that it was strangers' DNA is what they found in the house. So let's see. Yeah, everybody's praying that she's okay. It's just a sad case, but the longer it goes on without a legitimate, no one's she was not found dead. They have not found a body. Who is this on here right now? Let's see here. Oh, it just keeps telling you that the SWAT and the bomb teams are on the move. They've been on the move at least a couple hours. But they are, like I said, they're going to go to a staging area because there's crazy people that will follow them right out of the police station and follow them wherever they go. So they have to get out of there, you know, and hang out somewhere. Somebody said, and there's been a lot of mix up today about the sheriff and the FBI. That's just people online causing all that. They said that the sheriff is working with the FBI. They sit down at the same table. There's no egos there. They're all have one goal, and that is to bring Nancy home. But you know how the media wants to stir stuff up because the media is trying to sell TV airtime, y'all. They're trying to make money, so they're going to give you some kind of a little tidbit, and to get you to watch their news station. So that's why they just keep coming up. Some people said that the reason there was drops of blood on the porch was because he killed her and threw her over his shoulder. Now that little man, I don't think could lift a 150-pound woman and throw her over his shoulder. I don't believe that at all. So he might, and he didn't drag her out. She might have walked or something. I don't think he killed her in the house. I think he took her out alive because of the amount of blood. They would have found a lot more blood if he'd killed her in the house. We don't know what the inside of the house looked like. So we don't know. We don't know any of the clues from inside the house. We don't know if her bed was messed up, if the covers was in the floor, if there was a struggle in the bedroom. They didn't tell none of that. I mean, all we can assume is that she was in bed. All right, somebody said that the pool guys come today, and I think they were escorted by 2 policemen. But I don't know if the pool was drained. Somebody's saying that they think they come and drain the pool today. I don't know about that. I don't know why they would drain the pool. Yeah, they would have. They were looking in the sewer because the sewer is a septic tank. So if you flushed any kind of evidence down, it will be in the septic tank. The blood on the front porch definitely belonged to Nancy. They did not find a body. That is all false information. They're saying that the investigators are looking at a new video that's a lot of the neighbors have been given videos to try to see if this person was at another house and not just her house, because if he'd been at somebody else's house, then Nancy probably was not targeted. Somebody said they did not drain the pool, they just leaned and treated it. And they could be on a regularly scheduled thing, just show up there. I don't know. Somebody said police was there with them. I don't know. Most people who have swimming pools are on a regularly scheduled thing where they come and put chemicals in the pool and scrub it down a little bit. So that's quite normal. But everybody is spreading so much false information, and people's even commented to my page and said, oh, they found her body. Please don't write me stuff like that, because it's not true. If you see something like that and you're wondering, always wonder, is this true? And then Google it. You can Google anything. Google and find out if this is true first, or turn on the news station. If something's true, every news station is going to be reporting it. If you don't see it on the news, it ain't happened. All right, it was a regular schedule. Somebody said Nancy Grace is mad about the pool people being there. Yeah, you would think, well, I don't know, y'all. You know, if you got to keep your pool on a regular scheduled maintenance of chemicals, or it's going to go bad, and then you can't get it straightened back out. So I guess if they have a contract to treat that pool, I guess they let them come in there and treat it. Yeah, it's a crime. Tony's in there hollering, it's a crime scene. Yeah, I've seen all kind of fake stuff on there, and I'm like, why did people post that? If I see something like that, you should report the whole page as, fake news. Am I related? I'm not related to anybody, y'all. I'm just interested in this poor little woman who's 84 and not very mobile, and somebody did this to her. So that's what got me interested in this case, is how could somebody had just come in there and done this to this elderly woman? I think they said on the news it's such a big case because it pulled at everybody's heartstrings, because the woman was 84. Now, 84-year-olds, they're not very mobile, a lot of them. I mean, some of them might be, but she had some health problems walking around. She couldn't walk very far or very fast, but she was in her right mind. All right, somebody's on here saying I'm not a reporter. I'm not a reporter, but I have a page that has a right to come on here and talk about stuff. I can really talk about anything on here. And that's what we're doing is everybody wants to discuss the case and they don't have anybody to discuss it with. So that's what we're doing. And if you don't like it, you can easily, uh, get off the page. It's not very hard to hit the back button. I heard that they thought that the cartel was not involved. So I don't know. That's just what. Yeah, either way, it's not looking very good. Now, I did not hear that the ski mask was located. I did not hear that at all. Uh, so I don't know. I think the backpack was found at Walmart. They are withholding evidence because they can't tell everything. Believe me, whoever did this is watching the news. So they will know everything that's going on, and they will know if the SWAT team's coming to get them, and they'll be on the move. Let me see. I was trying to see this comment, but somebody said that the family wanted the pool clean. I can't imagine that. I'm sure she's on a maintenance program. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the ski mask being anywhere. All right, let me see. I'm trying to get to the bottom of these comments. This is it will be breaking news. I just try to kind of reiterate what's happened during the day. Yeah, it's 2 weeks tomorrow night. This has happened. Yeah, everything's a rumor unless you see breaking news and it's actually on one of the prime news stations. If you just read it on Facebook, people's just trying to put stuff out there so you'll click on it. Some people don't get the news. Jean said this is how she gets her news. Joyce, I can see you comments on here. Liz said they would not let the pool be cleaned in a crime scene. Well, maybe they think the crime, I don't know, the whole property is a crime scene, but maybe they're just focusing in on the house. Maybe she never went out to the pool. I don't know. Yeah, we don't know really the motive. Somebody said, do people forget where I worked? Yeah, somebody said, I'm not a reporter. No, but I'm so much more than that. Oh, yeah, I hope it's over. Who's Nancy Grace? Nancy Grace is the prosecutor or crimes. She prosecutes all these people. And she's very, very knowledgeable, and she goes after the truth. Yeah, it is annoying for the fake news. And even when you're watching somebody live, people are coming on here and saying all this stuff. The woman did not have a dog. She did in years past, but I think the dog had passed away or something. Karen said she thinks the motive was for money. If it was for money, they haven't asked for money yet. And these other ones, it's been 2 weeks. If it was really for money, they would have sent a ransom to the family right off. Let's do the exchange. Bye-bye before it blew out all out. Now you got the whole country watching. Yeah, somebody said, I did see on Facebook that she was found dead and her husband, Tommaso, was charged. Well, he's not even her husband, so they had the whole story wrong. All right. Yeah, Nancy Grace has she has a Facebook page, and she used to be on TV, but she's no kin to Nancy Guthrie. Yeah, they did ask for money, but we don't know how legitimate those ransom notes are because they've never come back. They never produced that she was actually alive. They've never said let's meet here. All they did was ask for money in Bitcoin. That's all they did. They haven't said anything else. And there's no way to contact them. So we'll just have to watch tonight. I'm going to watch this tonight and see if the SWAT team's going to get somebody. Uh, yeah, but they're not pushing for money, so that's kind of weird too. That's like, I don't know if he was trying to burglarize and it went bad. I don't know. And then he was in more deep doo doo. I don't know. There's so much we don't know. Yeah, there is a house down the street within 5 or 6 miles where a guy was trying to, two different ones now that they've seen where somebody was trying to break in somebody's house, I think. So, yeah, there is a person that's been contacting them and said, I can tell you who knows all about this, but I need a Bitcoin, which is $67,000 before I tell you. Well, that doesn't make sense because if you knew information that would send you to Nancy, why don't you just tell the FBI and then you get $100,000, which was more than the 67 Bitcoin. So somebody said, I saw Tommaso was arrested. That's fake news too. They have not found a body. Nobody's been arrested. There's no person of interest. There's no suspect. All we know is that the bomb squad and the SWAT team are on standby. That's all we know so far. So they may swoop in tonight. They don't swoop in. They usually wait for you to go to bed. The SWAT team likes surprise attacks. They like to come in there and early morning or late at night. Yeah, so. Yeah, a third email was received today, I think at TMZ. That's the one that said you might be going international or something. So, which that could mean Mexico. Who is Tommaso? Tommaso is Nancy's son-in-law, married to Nancy's daughter, Annie. So it's really a strange case, but I don't think he's a suspect, y'all, because I'm sure all of them's been vetted out, especially with the stranger DNA found at the crime scene. All right, well, I'm going to jump off here. I've been on here 30 minutes. If we know anything, I might jump back on later, but we're just going to have to watch the news and see if the SWAT team pounces on anybody. I'm sure once they pounce and get somebody, and really it might just be somebody for questioning again. It might just be someone being detained for questions. We don't know. So let's just sit tight and watch the news. Talk to y'all in a little bit.